I'm not convinced I know how to read. I've just memorized a lot of words.
The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club.
True. All life ends in death, which we, as a species, are cursed with knowing, resulting in something. Again, this is really not my field.
When you want to talk sports, you ask folks who have seen it all up close. So on the Al Travis Show, we go with the guys at the end of the bench. Time to talk all things sports.
We've got him, John, from the end of the bench. John, how you doing today, my friend?
Very good, Al. How are you?
I'm good. Let's kind of handle a couple of things. Start off, it's not good news, but Minnesota's Vikings Randall Moore passed this weekend. There's talk if it could have been a suicide. We'll find out. Tragic all the way around. Prayers for him, his family, all the people involved. Man, if somebody's having an issue like that, 988. That's the number. We have the save guys on here once a month. 988. Text it, call it. If you think somebody you know is in that situation, 988 is the number. They'll get people on the phone right away to help you out. I don't know what else to say about it. Our prayers for all those folks involved. Fair enough?
Fair enough, yeah. And it's hard for people to ask for help, but, it's not a sign of weakness. Just pick up the phone, do it.
We get help for everything else. What do you not go to the doctor anymore? You got too much acne as a kid, you go to the doctor. You go for everything. And if that's an issue, call 988 and go get help. All right, you are starting today the play. What play are you in? Let's get this. I want to make sure we talk about it.
The Full Monty.
Yeah, I am. That's a young man's play, my friend. And all right. So you're going to do it. And as I understand it, you're doing the Full Monty. So this isn't at a church group. Where is this going to be? I mean, you're not doing this in the church basement.
No, I don't think churches would really go for that, but it is Theater 55. So to your point, they make a point of not doing young man's shows. They do them with older folks. So anybody in the cast is 55 and older, right? So it's theater, re55.org. We will perform at the Black Box at St. Catherine's University, opening April 10th.
Okay, fantastic. And you start practicing tonight, is what I understand?
We start tonight, and we go right up until opening.
All right, keep us abreast, if you will, of what goes on.
I saw what you did there.
Just came right to me. Olympics, they're done. How much fun can one person, one country have with the Olympics? But that really was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
That was awesome. Just awesome. That's what's so great about the Olympics. I mean, you don't want it to end, but it's special because it only comes every 4 years.
I was in 1980. I was in Steamboat Springs. We were going to do some skiing with the next door neighbors who invited me. As my friend was going. They invited me. Great, and I got to watch the Miracle on Ice in 1980. I mean, you remember where you're at and how the whole thing played out. I will remember this year's 46 years later on the same date, February 22nd. The Met against Canada, the dreaded Canadians, and I get up to watch it, but I got to get to church. But I'm thinking it starts at 7:10, 2 hours. How long's a hockey game last? I got plenty of time. Church is 9:30. It's not. I don't know if Olympic hockey is longer than regular hockey. It's 60 minutes of play time, couple of intermissions. What, you're talking an hour and a half max. But anyway, got into church. So I tape it, and I turn my phone off. And I'm in church, and we're doing the thing. And I noticed one of the guys ahead of me, who's always ahead of me, the ex-chief police here in town, he wasn't there. Like, took the weekend off. He shows up late to church by about a half hour. I'm not telling anybody. God knew it anyway. Half hour, and he walks by. We won. And he gives me the high five. I'm like, nuts. I'm glad we won. Don't get me wrong, but he literally told me about it. So anyway, I went home, watched the last 9 minutes of the third period. Then I watched a minute and a half. I was 10 minutes behind, and he told me about it in church. I always remember it. I mean, not that it mattered a ton, but what a great game. Where were you, John?
Awesome game. I remember 1980, we went to church when they were playing Sweden for the gold, and we rushed out right after communion and went in the car and turned on the radio so we could hear the game going on. But this one, I got up and I watched this one, and it was awesome. Just awesome. Boy, hats off to Canada. What a game.
One of the Canadians players said it, and I will agree with them. Canada was the better team. You watched that whole game, and
so.
holy crap, the number of shots on goal, our goalie stood on his head, which is great. A couple of shots could have went in, but that's hockey, right? That's why we play the game, is on paper and the way they played. Canada was a much harder team, but we had the grit to do it.
They looked like they were on a power play for half the game.
Yes.
So, they don't award MVPs, but if they would, it would have to go to Hellebuck. I mean, you said stood on his head. That guy was amazing in goal. Yeah. I mean, this isn't a regular NHL game, right?
Yeah.
These guys are all stars in their own right.
Yeah.
And you're battling off top players constantly for 60 minutes.
Yeah. So
Canada was really good. They were better.
I watched the Slovakian game 2 days before, and this game was almost on fast forward. The way the Canadians were skating around compared to the Slovakians is like, holy Hannah. But MVP is interesting because, yes, obviously the goalie was, what, .975 save percentage. Or, he was fantastic. Yep. But that Matt Boldy goal, let's talk some North Stars, was as the craziest thing I've ever seen. If you haven't seen it yet, turn it on. He gets to about the blue line, 2 defenders ahead of him, and he does this pancake flipping thing on the end of his stick to keep it off the ground where those guys are trying to bat it away. When it finally hits the dirt, the defenseman tried to sweep at it. He knocks his stick out of the way, and then boom, he's all of a sudden got a shot. It was crazy. It was like, wow, that was the craziest goal I think I've ever seen.
That was a hell of a goal. And sorry if I said that on the radio, but I gotta say it. I mean, how about our Minnesota Wild just overall in that series, how we stood out? Yeah. Quinn Hughes, Jack Hughes, he's not one, but Quinn Hughes, scoring the overtime against Sweden.
Yeah.
To advance us. But that Boldy goal, that they're going to replay that one over and over and over.
And then you want to know how you become an instant icon, and I presume the cereal box has already been made by Weenies, is you get your front tooth knocked out in a game, come right back in, and then make the game-winning goal, and then it's all God bless the USA, and the tooth is all bloodied out, and he's wrapped in the flag. It's like, I shed a little tear. God bless the USA. Wasn't it? I mean, you know what I'm saying? That guy is instant Wheaties material.
Oh, they posted a picture on Facebook of him with the flag wrapped around and grinning with that toothless grin. And this guy said, this ought to be hung up in every bar in the country.
It's true. Because you know what? Not that I can't imagine it didn't hurt. I'm sure it did. And I don't understand. Yeah. Not all these guys are wearing their mouth guards. I don't get that. But okay, so it does. But you'll get a new tooth put in. There's dentists lined up, say, I'll do it for you for nothing, gold medal winner guy.
Oh, you bet.
He'll get the tooth fix, and that's like $1 million grin right there, the one he made. It's so much fun. And what's good news, bad news is not. Good news for us to win. The weird news about winning, it wipes the ladies off the talking charts. They won too, right? I'm trying to get, but you know what? 2 days later, it's all about the men, and that's the last thing because it was the last event, before the Olympics closed.
Yeah,
your thought? The ladies did great. Oh, fantastic.
I mean, that I knew when we tied it with just over 2 minutes ago, I thought we're going to win because you could see that took the sails out of Canada because they thought they had it. And I thought, boy, a 1-0 loss, that's going to be a tough one to take after being monster goal, scoring 5 goals or more in every game. But they tied it, and I thought they're going to win. And then that 3-on-3, and that goal, she's like falling.
Oh,
after the defender tripped her, she just sort of flails it in.
Yeah, and what's wild about that,
I think the goalie was expecting it.
I think the NHL can learn something. I think that, and we went to 3-on-3 or 4-on-4. It was 3-on-3, right?
3-on-3.
That makes for some exciting ending to hockey. I don't know if there should be no overtimes. Let's just go, 1 year overtime is 3-on-3. That changes everything. It is a monster
they're
fest.
Going full bore the whole time.
Yeah.
All right. There's no time to set up a play. You're just out there.
And if you're on your end taking a shot, you don't make it, the other side's open. It's a free drive. I mean, you're instantly behind the 8 ball because there's no defenseman behind you. I found that highly entertaining and scary as all get out.
Yep. Now I saw one last thing here. I saw the coach from Canada was saying, they shouldn't do that. Rah, 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 rah. And then the captain of the team was saying, well, we were the better team. And I love Canada. Okay, they're our neighbors. I respect.
I don't.
Great hockey players. But my response was, you guys had 5-on-3 and you failed.
Oh, was that not the greatest power play?
5-on-3 and you didn't score. If you want to win the game, score.
Back to great defense and a great goalie. I think it was 18 power plays that they stopped when they didn't give up a power play goal in the Olympics. I mean, that is just
for 18.
Yeah. All right, we did lose the medal totals to Norway. But let's be honest, they had that one good skiing guy. He won like 6 medals and everything. Yeah. You know what? Okay, he's the greatest skier. You take him off, and all of a sudden we've won. You know what I'm saying? One
half
guy.
Of Norway is medals.
That's yeah. 6? He got 6, yeah. All right, we got to go to break. We got plenty to talk about here at home. I've got him, John, at the end of the bench. More right after this.
Chanhassen Dinner Theatres proudly presents Guys and Dolls, packed with comedy, romance, dazzling dance numbers, and unforgettable characters. This Tony Award-winning Best Musical takes you from the gritty streets of New York to the colorful cafes of Havana. It's a high-rolling musical spectacular everyone will love. Don't wait. Visit chanhassendt.com and grab your tickets today. Guys and Dolls, Chanhassen Dinner Theatres, always entertaining you.
If it's your turn to host a game, Grandpa's Barbecue suggests you try something different. Put out the perfect barbecue flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. Add it to your ribs, dip the meatballs, or drench your wings in the original flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. It isn't too hot or spicy, fruity or smoky or whatever. Grandpa's Barbecue. Available in select stores and online at grandpasbarbecueshop.com.
Amongst friends, the Al Travis Show. Nothing but talk.
And I've got him in, John, from the end of the bench. Before we actually talk Timberwolves, let's talk a little bit about just the NBA in general. The MVP conversation, they were talking about it last night as I was watching the ball game, or this weekend, like Jokic. I'm going to have to remember who they were playing, but he had another triple-double, whatever. But he can miss like one more ball game, and the best player in basketball may not get the MVP because he didn't play 65 games, and they went through the whole list. Let me throw some at you. All those in, the talk for MVP. Jokic may not get if he misses another game. Victor Wembanyama, he has 2 more games he can miss. Luka Doncic has already missed 12. He's got 3. Kawhi Leonard has already missed 13. Minnesota Edwards has already missed 10. Any of these guys just gets any kind of injury whatsoever in the last 25 games, and they can't even be talked about in getting any postseason awards. Is when you're playing 84 games or 82 games, is 65 too many to give the award to somebody? I mean, all the best players may be out.
you know, the thing about basketball is they're slamming their bodies around without any padding, right?
Yeah.
So you look at football guys and they get injured and you go, well, yeah, they're barreling into each other, but they're like wearing 40 pounds of pads. Basketball players are out there taking elbows, knees, hands, fingers, and everything, jabbing, punching. So they're going to get sore. They're going to be hurt. I think they could give a little leeway on that. Look at the stats. Yeah. You know, if there's a significant amount of games missed, but
especially when it was just 2/3. Well, it's a little more than 2/3. I guess that's maybe the number, but some of the best players in the league not doing that. And now what they do this thing, you know, in managing your time, you know, that's also going to take people out. Now let's talk your Minnesota Timberwolves. They pulled such a Timberwolves weekend on me again, driving me flipping crazy. They beat the Trailblazers by 20-something, and then the Mavericks by 11. A couple they should have won. Then they come into the Sixers yesterday, and I watched the whole game. Gobert is out for another technical foul, so it's his own fault. Reed is out with a short shoulder thing. And I'm like, all right, this isn't going to be so good. However, the 76ers didn't have Joel Embiid and Paul George. So I'm thinking, well, that's advantage Minnesota then. Because literally Paul George and Embiid are their best two players. So let's see what happens. It looked like they'd never played basketball before. They didn't know who was coming, where they were going. I'm like stunned with what I saw. We got blown out. It was 35 points near the end. It was a 108-135. No defense, no nothing. Oh, where Rudy was gone. Everybody has played defense.
Yeah, one guy shouldn't mean you lose by 35 points or whatever that was. I mean,
especially when their guy on the other side, Embiid, who he would have been going against, they're both gone. So it was a wash.
Right. Now, Philadelphia is a good team, okay? But so are we. And we've won without Edwards. So I'm not surprised maybe that Philadelphia put together enough to win, but it should have been 3 points, you know? A tight, good game. It looks like we just sort of went, we don't have our guys. We're not going to play. Let's just get through this.
It was that energy thing again, which is crazy to me, but you're 100% correct. It absolutely was. It was like, oh, what's going on? I don't really care. The turnovers were weird. It was really bad. It was like 8th grade basketball. It wasn't.
Maybe they all got up early and watched the hockey game and were too much, a
couple of beverages getting ready. The only thing I would say right now, and I know he's going to take a little time, but Ayoyo, the guy we just got, Disanumo, I like watching him play. I think every game he's played so far, when he comes off the bench, he's gotten double digits. I'm liking him. I don't know where they fit him in to make it work on a regular, but I'm liking him a lot.
Yeah, hopefully he can bring some stuff, because we really need to start making a run here. We can't have more games like this where they just cough it up and give up so many points. They've got to focus. They've got a mission to do. They went out and got a guy to help.
See, what's interesting, they're looking at it, they're only a game away from 3rd in the NBA, right? But we're not playing well. The Denver Nuggets, the Lakers, and Houston all between us. You can think that all you want, but you're also just 2 games away from being in 7th place and trying to fight to get into the tournament. I don't think there's enough room to muck around. I really don't. And it bothers me that I have to say that, because I think with this lineup we have enough, but they don't seem to care.
I know. And we've talked about this, I think, for most of the season. Look at how they beat Oklahoma City twice, right?
Yep.
So we're good. We're that good. Why can't they bring that every night, Al? Why don't we see that team every game?
And even like Oklahoma City, who was playing like that every game, and you can see kids will fall. It's hard to do that all the time.
Yeah.
But it's 50-50. If you and I had $100 back and forth, we bet tonight when they play, will they show up or will they not? At the end of the year, we'd be even. You'd never be able to pick one. That's the difference.
You may be right. I can't argue with that.
I am right. Hey, I appreciate you a ton, my friend. We'll get you back in here on Friday. Fair enough?
All right. Have a good one. Thank you.
He's John from the end of the bench on the Al Travis Show.
You need a friend